Hey there, I'm Tyler Lunsford, and you're watching a review of Nicholas Lawrence's Revolve. What is up, you beautiful people? My name is Tyler Lunsford, and welcome back to another magic trick review here on the channel. Now, if you're new here, then definitely please consider subscribing and take a look around the channel at my past reviews. Now, today I'm looking at Revolve, a really cool color-changing card effect, a really utility gimmick, not just color-changing card. But this is basically a V2 of Nicholas Lawrence's original Evolve, which I also have, so I might do a review on that in the future too. Maybe like a head-to-head comparison for my new, review show called Level Up, where I compare two tricks. So hopefully that'll be an episode coming out soon, but for right now, let's focus on Revolve and let's get into an in-depth review of Revolve by Nicholas Lawrence right now. First off, before we get into this in-depth review, you do need to actually know what actually is Revolve. Well, almost 5 years ago, Nicholas Lawrence released his visual morphing concept, Evolve, to the world. Now, since then, Nicholas has been hard at work all this time, and after years of development, Abstract Effects has now released Revolve. Now, Revolve is a utility gimmick that's going to allow you to do changes, transpositions, and even vanishes of a folded card. Hypervisual effects, such as a card morphing from one color to another in an instant, can be done in numerous ways, and can even happen in the spectator's hand. Now, after any of the visual morphs that you decide to do, you can actually make the card examinable at the end when you unfold it, and you can hand it to your spectators and they can keep it as a souvenir. Now that you know what Revolve actually is, you need to know what you'll receive if you decide to purchase Revolve. Well, you get this package right here, and inside this package is the instructions along with the gimmick that is pre-made. It's handmade by Nicholas Lawrence himself, so you know it's well made, and you also get two regular cards. You get a red backed card and a blue backed card. Now, this does come in bicycle back design, so just be aware of that, and your gimmick is going to be changing from blue to red. That is the gimmick that you receive. Now, you also learn on the tutorial that it's probably an hour long almost. Yeah, it's like 50 plus minutes where you actually learn how to make your own Revolve gimmick if you would like to. With this knowledge, you can make basically anything you can think of that you would like to change. So if you want to change a $5 bill to a $1 bill, so you drop it in your hand, boom, it changes. Or you can, basically reverse the gimmick that you get by making your own, where you change it from a folded red card to a folded blue card instead of what you receive. So you're really limited by your own imagination with this, and there's just so many possibilities. And even on the tutorial, they sit down, Nicholas Lawrence does sit down with Caleb Morelli, which is really cool. They go over some additional ideas and tips, which is just really cool how many ideas and how many thoughts they put into this tutorial, and how many thoughts just basically have gone into Revolve itself as a creation, as a routine. It's just really cool, and you get a lot of stuff in the tutorial. It's jam-packed. Now, I've already been making some of my own, like Revolve gimmicks and stuff like that, and I'm going to be showing you a performance of the stuff that I've made and the regular Revolve gimmick, just the visual change, and let you see just what it looks like. How difficult is Revolve to perform? It's really easy to do, actually. If you can drop a card into your hand, you can do this effect. And it really only takes like one small move to make the card examinable at the end, and that's the hardest part. Literally, the change is so easy to do. You're really going to be performing this like right out of the package. Like, that's why they include cards to get you started, because you're going to be doing this right away. You don't have to go grab a deck of cards. You use the cards they include, fold them up, and you can practice right away. How are the angles for Revolve? They're pretty good. You should be able to perform this with your audience in front of you and maybe a little bit at the sides, but mainly in front of you. You can show 3 out of the 4 sides of the folded card, which is really nice, and so your audience shouldn't really suspect much, but they can't be behind you. But I mean, why would you be holding the card way out here? You'd probably be holding it in front of you and dropping it into your hand. So you're pretty much covered on the angles as long as you keep it in front of you. They can see 3 out of the 4 sides of the folded card. Is Revolve examinable? Well, not before the change, but after the change, yes. You can hand out the card that you change it to, and your spectators can examine that freely. They can even keep it if they would like to. They're not going to find anything. Is there any DIY, do-it-yourself arts and crafts involved in this? No, if you don't want to make any other additional gimmicks, there's not any DIY involved. You do get a pre-made gimmick, and if you don't want to change that, then you're good to go. You don't have to do any arts and crafts. But if you want to customize it and make your own Revolve gimmicks, then obviously you're going to make those by hand, so that's going to be some arts and crafts. But like I said, if you're not an arts and crafts person, it does come ready to go out of the package, so you can just stick with that if you would like to. What's the setup like per performance? The setup per performance is going to take you maybe like 5 seconds, 10 seconds at most. You do have to do it out of your spectators. You know, you can't let them see you setting up the effect, but besides that, you know, you can leave it out once it's set up because then it looks normal. But it is going to take you probably like 5 seconds to set up the gimmick. Really easy though. Are there any negatives to performing Revolve? Honestly, there's not really any negatives besides the angles, which I mean, you're pretty much covered as long as you keep the card in front of you, because the change does look really visual and the change happens from the front. So why would there be people behind you anyways? But yes, so that's really the only negative I see. One thing I would have liked to see included in the package is maybe some additional supplies to make just one more gimmick, just like the supplies that you need to make one more without having to like go out and buy stuff if you don't already have it. Now, luckily I have the stuff that's needed for this laying around because I love building gimmicks. That's just like one of my things. Like, I really like that. But I would have liked to see them include that. For me, like $5 extra, I would have paid for it, so that way people who don't have this stuff laying around, they can make one right away of something else that is not already the blue to red gimmick, if that makes sense. What are the positives to performing Revolve? Well, one of the positives is that it's so visual, and it really does look that visual in person. That is something that, you know, does not get discounted when you're performing in person. I know sometimes like visual tricks look better on camera. No, this looks great in person. It's not anything that's just for camera. It's really good, and it's gonna be visual in person as well, which is a positive. Another positive is how this is a utility gimmick that you can use for basically whatever you want to come up with as far as changes go. Now, they also sit down with Kayla Morelli, which is cool. You know, that's a positive. They get some more ideas on that. But the tutorial itself, it's a positive because they pack so many ideas into it, and they try to get your creative juices flowing, which I think is awesome. And I just love how many things you can do with this. It's a utility, and I love that. Also, the packaging actually says Abstract Effects on the back, which is really nice. Maybe it's just because I like their logo, but I did like it. It's a nice little package. You got a nice logo, really cool. What should this retail as? Well, this currently retails as $40 US, and is that a fair price? Yes, that is absolutely a fair price. I'd pay $45 for this probably if they included the additional supplies to just build like one more gimmick of your choice. You can customize it. I really would have liked that. I would have paid probably $45 for it if they included the supplies. But yeah, it's really good. I really like this a lot. I'm not even gonna lie. What would I give this out of 10? Okay, now if you can't tell already throughout this review, I really like this a lot. It's just something that I'm having so much fun with. I've been playing around with it. I've been coming up with ideas. It is something that is basically, if you like gimmicks, this is gonna be one of your favorite gimmicks. Like, this is something that just has so much potential, and I'm gonna give it, drum roll please, I'm gonna give it an 11 out of 10. This is the first 11 out of 10 I've ever given, but I am really liking this. I'm having so much fun playing with it and getting new gimmicks made. It's awesome. So if you like gimmick magic, then you're gonna like this. Should you pick this up? Yes, you should totally pick this up. If you like gimmick magic or visual magic, then you're gonna like this. If you don't like gimmick magic, then you know this is a gimmick and you're probably gonna stay away from it anyways. But if you do like gimmick magic, yes, I totally recommend it. It's really visual and really fun. That about does it for this video. I really just wanna say thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate you spending some of your time with me today. I'm glad that you clicked on this video, and I hope you leave feeling more informed. If you would like to purchase Revolve, the link is in the description below. Now, also in the description is a link to my Instagram page. There you can follow me on Instagram at TylerAlterMagic. There I post like all sorts of original magic. I post some performances, and you can reach out to me if you have questions, because I'm always available. If you would just like to talk about magic and ask me a couple questions about something that I reviewed, then definitely don't feel bad about it. I'm always open to answer questions. But once again, thank you so much for watching this video. I'd like to thank Abstract Effects for sending me this product so I could do the review for you beautiful people, and hopefully I'll see you in another review sometime soon. I'll see you later. See ya. You'll be receiving this package right here, and it's like this little box. I guess you can call it a box. It's a little, flap open box, and oh my, there's the instructions. Do not want to flash those.